Hi seniors, my name is Eric Daw from OmniFit, and today I have a great video for you. It's all about how do you properly prepare for a workout. And the reason why I want to go over that today is a lot of people have asked, yeah, we need to work out, Eric, but are there things I need to do before I get into workout to make sure that it runs smoothly, I prevent injury, and the workout's great? Well, the answer is of course yes. And we're gonna go through it, what I typically recommend, what you should do to make sure that workout is great. So as I like to say, let's get into it. So the idea of you just jumping into a workout head first, you don't do that anymore, right folks? You don't just do that anymore. Not like you when you were 18, 19, and 20. We gotta properly warm up. And the first thing I always recommend someone do is warm up their hamstrings, hips, and get their range of motion working. So for that, do you have a block, a stack of books, a book you don't read anymore? And I'm gonna have you take it and put it on the ground. And then with that, I'm gonna have you put your fronts of your feet on whatever the object is. I know some people may have back issues or even osteoporosis where we have to worry about or wonder about bending forward and hunching over. So what we're gonna do first is really increase the range of motion in my hips and my hamstrings. And to do that, I'm gonna have you take a deep breath in, exhale, and then extend as far as you can. And this is as far as I can reach. But what I'm gonna have you folks do is cheat and bend down a little bit further. Also, I hope you notice I didn't have to hunch my back to reach down. We're gonna do this about 10 times, breathing in, breathing out, go down to the point you feel you can't go any further, and then bend my knees and try to go as low as I can. Again, if you have any issue with your back or your spine, maybe you don't do the part where you're trying to reach all the way down for your toes. But if you can, we're gonna breathe in, breathe out, reach all the way down as far as we can, and then cheat from here and bend all the way down. Try this about 10 times. This really is a great exercise to increase the range of motion in your hamstrings. So this is the first thing I'm gonna have you do to properly warm up before a workout. The next thing we need to do is, I don't know if you've heard this term before, folks, it's called the Asian squat. And the Asian squat is a great exercise because it really helps open your hips up. What I notice when a lot of seniors try to do exercises like squats, because they don't have great hip mobility, it really affects them. So I like you to practice the Asian squat. Let me first show you what it is. It's squatting down and being able to sit in the position where you keep your upper body, head, and shoulders nice and tall. And I know what you're thinking, Eric, I can't do this. So why don't we make it a little bit easier? Why don't we use something that you can put your hands on about shoulder height, and then again, you sit as low as you can. If this is as far as you can get your hips back and sit, how about a little bit lower? If you can go all the way down, then we're already in our Asian squat if you notice. I'm using my hands to support myself, but again, I'm keeping my upper body nice and tall as I'm sitting in this position. This is a great exercise to really help and work that hip mobility. Exercise number 2. Okay. So the first thing we need to do after the Asian squat is to get in an all fours position. And I want you to take your hands, put them right under your shoulders and drive your hips back. From here, I'm stretching my hamstrings again, my calves. After you're here for a few seconds, I want you to bring your one knee or one foot as close as you can to each other. You should be able to feel a stretch in your hip flexors and your groin. After we're here for a few seconds, I want you to rotate to one side, bring that hand back, bring the leg back, and then I want you to switch sides. Leg forward, stretching the groin, hip flexor, and again, rotate all the way up and then coming all the way back to the ground. That's a great way to warm up the upper body, the hips, the groin, and the hip flexor. Exercise number 3 for a warm up. So folks, I know what you're thinking. You saw what I just did. You'll say, Eric, there's no way in a million years I'll be able to do it. My hands, my knees, my hips won't allow me to, which is why it's so important to modify. If you folks can, put your hands on a chair and get in the same position I was in that other one and drive the hips back. Again, I should feel a stretch in my hamstrings and calves. And I'm not hunching over, I'm just pushing my hips back. Similar to the last exercise, we're driving our hips forward. Also, as I mentioned before, if you don't have osteoporosis, extend and rotate to one side, put the hand back, start from our starting position. You can drive your hips back again, then step forward, and then rotate to the other side. This is a really great way, again, to warm up those hips, shoulders, groin, and hip flexors. Exercise number 3, modified version. Folks, before I even get into this one, have you ever noticed, and I think I've used this example before, seeing a swimmer before a race? They're swinging their arms, they're swinging body parts, they're moving a lot. Similar to a swimmer, we need to move to get our body ready to move. So I'm gonna encourage you to hold on to something and swing those legs and do a leg swing forward. And of course, we wanna do both legs, and also to warm those hips and glutes up sideways. So we wanna do both sides, our legs forward swinging and also our legs sideways swinging on both sides. Also, we can add arms, swinging those arms sideways, swinging those arms forward. Basically doing a lot of different movements to get our body ready to move and our heart rate up and our muscles really warm. So folks, now you've seen what I like to do to get ready for a warm up. I would actually recommend you spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes before any workout you do to make sure your body's properly warmed up to do your exercise. Because the one major thing that I know a lot of seniors talk about is injuries as they get older. And we want to prevent those, right? So try this and tell me how it works for you in the comments below. On that note, this is Eric Daw from OmniFit. Take care.